Hello. I'm doing this as a test, everyone. I'll see if anybody's going to come on. Let's see. I've never done this before, so you'll have to be patient with me. Whoops. Let's see if I can get this going. Testing, testing, testing. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? And we need to see if anybody comes on. I know it's not fair that I've told you all that I haven't told you all that I was going to do this. Oh, wait. This has to, oh, that's not in. That's not plugged in. This is earphones. I accidentally knocked them down. Okay, let's see if anybody's going to pop on. I've never done this before. Let's see. Welcome to live chat. Remember to go to learn more. Okay. Live chat. Participants. Okay. All right. Is anybody out there? Hello? Hello? Huh. I don't know. I don't have that many subscribers, so. Whoops. Let's see. View all. Is anybody going to pop on? Hello? Let's see. Is anybody watching? Maybe people are watching and they're not saying or doing anything. They're just spying on me. Maybe that's the case. Is that the case? Hello, hello. Live chat. Let's see. Let me write something down. I have a keypad here that I'm writing on. Let's see. Hello, everyone. I am just doing this as a test. Whoops. Anyone out there? Hello, 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 hello. It could just be me, myself, and I. Oh, what to do, what to do. You know how it is. I think it's just me, myself, and myself. Let's see. How do I tell? How do I tell? Oh, I see that one person's liked it. Does that mean one person's on? If you're on, please type. Let me know you're there. Please. I could read you a new poem. I could juggle for you, but I can't do that. I don't know how to juggle. What can I do around here that might be fun? I don't know. But in any case, I just thought I would. Yeah, you're watching me but not saying anything, or you've liked me. I see no one there. Yeah, I've seen no one there. I'm going to wait here for like 5 minutes. Well, it's going to be 5 minutes coming up. If I don't hear from anybody in another 5 minutes, I'm going to sign out. I just thought I would try, since I have American Pickers playing in the background. Do you like American Pickers? I like American Pickers. Well, where is everybody? Breck? Terry? Anybody? Hello? Hello? Out there in Facebook world, internet land? Just kidding. Okay, so I'm really horsing around. I don't know how to tell if people are watching. How do you tell? Like, how many are on here? Let's see. What would I do if I do this? Let's see. Pop out chat participants. Let's see. Just me. Oh, Suji, hi. Yay. I'm just doing this as a test. I've never done this before. How are you doing today? Oh, and by the way, thank you for putting me up and over the top. Let's see. I'm doing okay. Yeah, it's really rainy over here. How's the weather in your neck of the woods? Wow. Oh, you're in Minnesota. Yeah, you guys get really cold over there, I hear. So you're driving in the snow, rain? Yeah, that doesn't sound like any fun. Let's see here. Are you driving home from work or? Not a whole lot going on here. I just did a little cooking vlog. I thought I would try my hand at doing that. It's kind of hard without a tripod, and I was a little bit nervous about doing it. Sometimes I get nervous doing these things. Let's see what you're saying here. Exactly. Do you find is it unusually warm there for this time of the year? We were cold here. Last week it snowed here, but then it got really warm fast, and now we're in the 50s. Let's see. Went to pick up my daughter at work. Oh, okay. You went to pick up your daughter at work. Yeah, so it must be evening time over there. Let's see. So it's probably, what, 6 o'clock over there? 5 or 6? Yeah, it heated up here, and it's sounds like so we had snow last week, and then it heated up quickly, and like the lower elevations of the mountains are they're starting to melt quickly, and so now there's like a flood watch in the areas around the mountains and stuff. Let's see. I have to watch that, but I just got done watching Breck's mac and cheese video. Yeah, that was a good one. I haven't posted the cooking one yet. I'm going to post that in a little bit. Yeah, I'll bet, because I know that Minnesota tends to get super cold, doesn't it? Especially in the middle of the winter. Like you get like in the sub-zeros, right? Yes. Oh, yeah. I know. I think it's kind of warmer everywhere. Who knows? Maybe it'll get really cold in February, because, February, sometimes it gets really cold. We got really cold last year in February, and we had tons and tons of snow here, in Western Washington. And it stayed around, well, for us, it was like it stayed around for over a week, which is unusual, But, Seattle and Western Washington gets really weird when it snows. Even if, like, it's just a light little dusting, people freak out. It's really funny. Do you like YouTube? I like it. I'm doing it because I like it. I just finished my bachelor's degree, and so right now I'm looking for a job, and so now I'm able to YouTube a little bit more. But yeah, I'm doing it because it's really fun, and I'm not doing it to, go and do it for a living, or like Jordan or, Breck are doing. But yeah, I just like to do it for fun, So, so you don't YouTube at all or anything? So, when I'm doing my vlogging, well, okay, so I am on the outskirts of Seattle. I have lived in Seattle since '88, and then I had to move to the outskirts of the city because it's really expensive. So I try not to give where I'm living at, because Breck and Terry and all these people were telling me that there's a lot of creeps out there. So I'm really hesitant to say whereabouts I'm at, but I am on the outskirts. Yeah, you know it. Have you YouTube? Because I looked on your page, and I subscribed to you, even, but I didn't see that you had any YouTubes that you do. Have you thought about doing it? Yeah, and I decided that I'm gonna, I like doing Seattle vlogs because I know the city so well since I've been here my whole adult life. I mean, let's wait, since '88, so it's a really long time. And I grew up in Southern California, and we moved to Aberdeen when I was 16. And so that was actually a huge culture shock. But yeah, so yeah, I've been here for a long time, and I just thought, there, when I've been watching Jordan the Lion and Breck, I thought, that looks fun to do. I'll try it out, and I hope I don't make too much of a fool out of myself. So, because I mean, I don't know. So it's. I think it takes courage for anybody to do these things and share themselves and stuff. And I see some vloggers. What I like about a lot of vloggers is they're not fancy. They're just themselves. And those are the ones I like more so than other vlogger channels that, they're really fancy and really high tech and everything. And, and that's great for that audience, but I like it more real, so. No, you don't YouTube? Yeah. Yeah, it's not for everybody. And probably when I get a job, I probably won't do it as much, but I figure since I'm looking for a job now and I have time on my hands, yeah, definitely. Let's see. I'm in northern Minnesota and you're in northern Washington. Absolutely. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Minnesota, you guys get really cold over there. I've always wanted to visit, and you guys have those great Minnesotan accents. Yeah, and I loved Fargo. That's like a total Minnesotan thing, isn't it? Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I totally get you. I mean, I have to take 10 pictures. Like, I don't like anybody taking my picture, but I like to take selfies because I have control over that. And if there's none I don't like, I get rid of them. I don't have like a natural photogenic thing going on. And even with vlogging, I notice sometimes my hair flips out, especially when it's humid and wet outside. And, I have to you have to let a lot of things go, And I was talking with my friend this morning about newscasters, there's this one newscaster, she's retired and she decided to start vlogging and she doesn't care what she looks like. She just her hair's total a mess and she's just wearing grubby clothes and she likes to do her little videos. But that's after years of having to have makeup on, have your hair right, probably put tons of hairspray in your hair, so that it stays in place, and that would just be really stressful. Yeah, I keep looking close to read the comments because I'm as blind as a bat. So even with my glasses. Yeah, and I probably won't save this live chat. Like I said, this is my first time ever doing one of these. I don't even know if you can hear me, but you obviously can. Jordan Land does great. Oh my God. Yeah, he is fantastic. Phenomenal. Yeah. Yeah, he's the reason, I decided to do this. And I don't know if you saw one of my videos, I did a dedication video to him or a thank you vlog, but I'm a big fan of Sidney Poitier, and I really love the movie A Patch of Blue. And so much so, kind of obsessed with it, just and so then I went on YouTube to see where those filming locations were, and there was only him that he was the only one that did the filming locations for it. And lo and behold, um, come to find out that he was friends with Shelley Winters and stuff. But I didn't know that at all. I just thought it was so cool. And, he looks so young in the video. And I thought, well, who's this young kid, doing this vlog on A Patch of Blue, which most people, have heard of Raisin in the Sun and, and all of the other Sidney Poitier films. But A Patch of Blue isn't as known. And so I thought, wow, that was cool. And so I started watching him from there and I just loved how genuine he was and stuff. So, you betcha no on the movie. Oh, yeah. So yeah, you haven't, yeah. So several vlogs back, I did last year sometime when I started kind of doing this, noodling around with it. So, and then Breck started his channel and, and I thought, God, that's just so cool, that, and everybody's so unique, and that's what's beautiful about doing these things. You just have to get over, like, looking goofy and weird, like, well, for me, because I'm not very, I get nervous about, making a fool out of myself. And so this is forcing me to just get over that. Like, because what I find that, whenever we judge ourselves, other people are not judging us, so, because, like, I might say something about myself, but I thought, if I was another person, looking at me, I probably wouldn't even think that, you know, it, you know what I mean? So, anyways, well, I think, let's see, what's your bachelor's degree? Oh, okay. So I got it in applied behavioral science. And what that is has to deal with social and human service type work. So I got involved with that because I knew that market and field was large enough, a bigger pool to get into. It's really, so it taught me a lot. It was an amazing course. So it's a BAS degree. Great. Yeah, so I'm going to get involved in social and human service work somewhere. I need to start at an entry level job because I've never held like a professional job like that. And I owned my own house cleaning business for like 16 years, and then I worked part-time also at a telephone center in the evening. So that's what I did for a long time, and all of that. What do you do? Yes, Sidney Poitier is just awesome. So, are you still driving in the car? I know that you probably, like, can't, like, always be typing and stuff. So, but yes, in terms of the bachelor's degree, so what happened for me was that my eyesight went bad. So I spent 16 years house cleaning and doing the phone center job, and then my eyes went bad. And I had some schooling before. I had studied different kinds of other things that were more non-traditional, and then my eyes went bad, and I see well enough. I see pretty well, except my eyes are. I have inflammation in my cornea, so sometimes it looks like a dense fog that I'm looking through. So many times I see pretty well, but other times it's so foggy that it's hard to see anything. It's like fog on your windshield, and so I'm considered legally blind, and in the blind spectrum, I mean, I would be considered low vision. So I would say that, I have most of my vision except with this fog, and it makes everything blurry and all of that. So I'm not allowed to drive anymore. So I went through the Department of Services for the Blind because I qualified for that. And so it was through them that I went back to school, and it was kind of scary, but at the same time, I thought, well, I'm older now, and so my mind is more mature, and I was amazed, even though school was a challenge, that I was able to really excel and succeed at it. So I did pretty good. I surprised myself, because I did pretty crappy when I was in high school and stuff. I did not, I was not very good at a good student. I mean, I tried, but I was just kind of all over the place, like a lot of kids were. But anyways, So, well, I think, Sue, I'm going to call it a live stream. Let's see, I had 3 people. Man, it's hard for me to tell if people are watching, but haven't written on here. But yeah. You don't have a job at the present? Yeah. Just voice to texting. Oh, okay. I got it. Yeah. I do that too. It's much easier sometimes than having to type those little tiny letters. Yeah. Well, sounds like we're all trying to find a job. Breck's trying to find a job. I am now. Are you trying to find a job, or are you just taking time for yourself? So, what kind of work do you like doing, or do you have experience in doing? Looks like 3 people liked are liking the stream, but I can't tell how many people are watching. It doesn't show here. It's weird. I guess I may have to ask some more professional people how you can tell that, or people that have been doing this. What's this? Yeah. Well, I probably am going to get off. After all, this was just a test, and I didn't tell anybody that I was going to be on here. I just wanted to see the thing, how it worked. But yeah, I think that there's a delay, like when I talk and you're getting it over there, So, I'm sorry you are having to deal with all that. It's good for you for going back to school. I'm older as well, in my 50s. Well, first of all, if you don't think I'm not in my 50s, girl, I'm 52. I just turned 52. So you're in your 50s too. So you're a Gen Xer. Or maybe you're like a really late boomer. That's funny. Yes, I am starting to get some gray hairs, but my family has really good genes. Like my mom didn't start getting wrinkles in her till around her, till like in her 60s. So, I just have like really fortunate genes. Although sometimes I know that I look older. Depends on if I've had good sleep or not. Let's see. Both searching and talking at the same time for myself. Oh, yeah, taking the time. Yeah, you got to do that. Yeah, so that's cool. So we're basically peers. You're in your 50s and so am I. Are you a Gen Xer or are you a boomer? Yes. Oh, well, I am like right near Seattle, so I do vlogs over there because there's a lot more to vlog, and I'm just kind of cautious about telling people where I live, because there's a lot of weirdos, like Breck was telling me, and Terry from Terry and Circles, and even Jordan. You have to be really careful because even though like you and everybody so far has been cool, I'm really kind of scared of like revealing where I am. Maybe I would vlog where I am and just pretend I think I'm going to do it and just pretending I'm visiting the city, you know. It's about maybe half hour to an hour away from Seattle where I'm at. But because I know Seattle so well, there's much more exciting things to do than in this town, where I'm at. It's kind of boring over here. There's a few little things here, but it's pretty boring. Yeah, it's like there aren't any cool little shops and stuff, and there's maybe one or two restaurant things. I mean, as time goes on, maybe I'll, if it feels safe, I'll share more about where I live, but just yeah. But because I am a Seattleite and have been a Seattleite until just a few years ago, I just, and plus, when I went back to college, I've been commuting back and forth to Seattle a lot. So I'm there every week, I may get a job there because where I'm at right here, there's not a lot of prospects for jobs. So I may just have to bite the bullet and commute. So many people commute anyways. Everybody's like moving out of the city that I know because it's just crazy with the expense. It's unaffordable, it's insanely unaffordable. So, but yeah. Let's see. I know I keep saying it's like, I'm going to get off, but I'm not. I'm here still. Love listening to you share. Oh, good. Yeah, I was wondering if you were hearing. Yeah, I'm just kind of, the one thing I'm good at is rambling. All right, high five. What year were you born? And how old is your daughter? You have to pick her up, and is she like in her 20s or something? I'll be right back. I'm going to go use the facilities. All right, I'm back. Oh, you watched Harry too? Cool. So what year were you born? Oh, yeah. Do you have a Minnesotan accent? I love those. I loved watching Fargo. I loved it. That the police officer in there in Fargo. Well, she's a fantastic actress. I forget what her name is, but she's totally cool. And she really knocked that accent out of the park. A Minnesotan. Wow. Oh, you were born in 66? Oh my God, so you're only a year older than me. That's so awesome. We are totally Gen X. Wow. You know, the thing too is like, because I was discussing this with a friend the other day, how it seems like our generation is like the forgotten generation. It's like you always hear about millennials and boomers, and like, well, we're here. Hello, there was a time in between that. It's so funny. Wow. I hear you, sister. Boomers and millennials, and somehow, where did we go? So the latchkey kids. She's 27 and in the car now. She says hi. Hi, Suji's daughter. So obviously she's a millennial. So now, Sue, did you school your daughter in like the cool music that we had? Like, because we grew up like with the best music in the 70s and 80s. I mean, we had it. They have the technology, but we had the music. Test 1 2 L. Oh my God. Hi, Jenny. How are you? Wow, this is so great. Like somebody else popped in now. So Jenny Chive. How you doing, Jenny Chive? Yes, this is a test. That's cool. Yeah, I was just talking to Sue G here, and we were talking about, we were talking about our age and stuff, and we're Gen Xers. Are you a Gen Xer, millennial, boomer? I gotta see what time it is too. 3:29. So yeah, I'll get off in a little while. I have to make dinner and stuff like that. You know how that goes. It's the dinner hour. 1990. Oh, okay. So you're a millennial. You're like an older millennial. Millennial in denial. Hey, well, you know what? You were a 90s kid, okay? So that counts as something, right? That's funny. When I was a kid in the 70s, I felt more connected to the kids in the 60s, like the hippies and stuff. And I just felt out of place for my generation. So is that kind of how you feel, Jenny? Let's see. Hell yeah. Now I get you. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to zoom in here and zoom out so that, oh yeah, exactly how you feel. Yeah. Which generation do you feel more connected to? I grew up playing outdoors. Yep. Yeah, your generation we still had, there were still records that were made in 1990. So you still grew up, and we didn't have cell phones yet. So you still got to have, you're probably like the last generation that got to have like a non-technology, a childhood. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, heck yeah, with the music. We had the best. Songs that you could, like now, my, a friend of mine, my housemate, or my old housemate, I helped her raise her kids, or I knew her kids, and they were 90s kids, like born in 87, like, but I think theirs was the last generation for sure, where they spent a lot of time outside, but we did have the best music. And I notice a lot of millennials are like listening to Journey, and listening to, 70s and 80s music and stuff. And it's tough because I think like the 90s had a lot of cool music too. But nowadays it's like, where's like all the songs you can sing to, So, yeah. Uh-huh. Yes. Frances McDormand is her name, from Fargo. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, I have a young millennial friend. Oh, she was just in my last vlog. Her name is Monica, and she just turned 30 and stuff. But, we talk about music and stuff because like her generation, they just don't have the kind of music that we had. I mean, although millennials are far more sophisticated, like with technology and all of this, like they just know things that like I would have never known, or any other Gen Xer would have ever known when we were growing up. Like even the 5-year-olds, which is a Gen Z. I think they're Gen Z, but these kids are like, quoting Albert Einstein or whatever. Practically, I mean, it's crazy. Let's see, oh my God. Hey, Breck. Good to see you. Oh my God, now I feel embarrassed because I'm doing this live and this is my first time. It's like riding your bicycle for the first time, and God, it's nice to see you all here. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I have to read the text because it's kind of small, and I'm as blind as a bat, you guys, so be patient with me. Wow. So how's it going over there, Breck? Good to see you. We were just talking about generations. So Sue's a Gen Xer like me, and Jen's a millennial in denial. And I was just telling her that when I was growing up in the 70s, I just didn't feel connected to my generation. I felt more like the 60s, like I felt more connected to like the hippies and stuff. Why do I? That's why I do my live stream on computer. Oh, yeah. I grew up taking things. I know what you mean. Talking through things with people and not Googling or spending half your time on the phone. Yeah, I totally get you. I saw these 3 young ladies when I lived in the University District in Seattle. It was like where all the college kids lived, and they all like were dressed the same, and they were all on their phones like simultaneously together. And I thought, you guys, like, you're there with each other. It's like, it's funny. Or like, I'm just texting to my friend across the table. It's like, instead of just talking, right? That's hilarious. My daughter listens to what I do and loves it. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Right, because we weren't angels in our generation. The Generation X kids were like the latchkey kids, We were sort of left on our own because our parents were usually too working. It was a different era. There was a lot of divorce and a lot of single parents too. And so, it's just that time. Let's see. Sue, does your daughter like a lot of your music? Like, what kind of music did you like? Do, 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 do. What are you up to, Breck? Oh my God, these poor kids live in a generation where they are security cameras everywhere. Yeah, right. I agree. Like the younger kids. You know, what kind of childhood is that? Yep. Oh, right, Breck, because you're borderline, aren't you? Like you're like a borderline boomer Xer. Yeah, because you seem more X than boomer. To me, boomer is like, my parents or something. Plus, you like the Kurt Cobain stuff. Which one day I may do a vlog about it. Um, I know I mentioned that one of the things that happened when I moved up to Washington State from Southern California is we moved to Aberdeen, and I did become friends with the Nirvana people. It was like 1984. Yeah, it was 84. March 3rd of 84, and I met Chris Novoselic in Aberdeen High School, and he was from San Pedro. It was such a small town, and it was like a culture shock to me. And he was from San Pedro too. And so, what were the odds, right? So we got along right away, and his girlfriend then, Shelley, became one of my close friends, and Kurt Cobain and Chris and Shelley and I and like some of the guys from the Melvins and we all kind of hung out in a circle together, And I wasn't close friends with Kurt because, it's like the guys were doing the guy things and, the girls were hanging out. But we had the same art teacher, not the same class, but the same art teacher. And I remember like holding up a piece of his artwork that he did. It was like a mutant punk rock art picture. It was really, really cool. So I knew them until about 2 years after Kurt died. And then everybody kind of just drifted apart. Doing vlogs about it, but it's so much more personal. I don't want to do anything to, because it's a sensitive thing for those guys. So it's, let me see what you're all saying here. Grand, take info. Oh, what do I do for right now? I don't do anything for a living. I'm just lazy. No, I'm just kidding. I just finished getting my bachelor's degree, and I'm currently looking for a job. And I got a bachelor's degree in applied behavioral science. So it's a BAS. So it has to do with social and human service work. So I'm looking for a job right now, and that's it. I had my own house cleaning job for 16 years, and did that. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. Just finished with my degree. So. Oh yeah, Pat Benatar and Sammy Hagar and yep, all of those. Yeah. Yeah, Nirvana was cool. They were really, really great. I remember the first time. I'll tell some of my little personal stories. So when I grew up in Aberdeen, when I didn't grow up in Aberdeen, I'm sorry. I grew up in San Pedro, moved to Aberdeen when I was 16, and when I was friends with Shelley and Chris Novoselic, we would go and watch Kurt and Chris play practice above Chris. His mom had a hair shop because she was a beautician. You come from very courteous of you. Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely believe in being very courteous. So. I mean, we need more of that in the world, huh? Kindness and courteousness and thoughtfulness. Definitely. Dinner is right. Bye. I love this. All right. You take care, everybody. And Bon appetit with whatever you're eating. I wish I knew what everybody was eating. All right. Bye, everybody. All right. Thanks, Breck. I appreciate it. You know, you're the expert now, and now I'm the budding one underneath. So, all right. See you later. Okay. And